Okay, good evening, guys. I I quickly want to show you how to solve your Git task right over here. So this is my repo. I already have the task done on ALX. Yeah, so I got the task. All the task is done already. But so I'll just delete that particular repo from GitHub so that I'll be able to start afresh for you guys so that you can actually follow through and solve your task. So the route I'll be taking is we'll be using GitBash. We'll be using GitBash, and at the same time we'll be using Visual Studio Code to do this task, to execute this. And I also, as a bonus, I'll also be showing you how to connect your Termius. So if you're on mobile and your PC is not accessible at that point in time, you can always continue your coding via Termius. So let us just go deep straight down into the project. So now I've deleted my GitHub repo. So let me check what is happening here. Let me just check my code and see if this will work. So, okay. So now the first question they gave to you that was given is that we should create a repository called ALX-pre-course. Then after that, we do some other things. We clone the repo. We do some other things around that. So just copy this name right here like this and go into your GitHub. So I want to create a new GitHub repo. So I'm clicking on this, and you see this is the GitHub here. So I'm pasting that in there. So I'm very lazy of just typing. So that's why I'm doing this. Let me just confirm and cross check if that is correct. Yeah, that is actually correct. So now I've done this. Now they gave us a description. So what is the description? Let me just go deep down. The description says, yeah. So what does the description says? So the description says we should put in this. So this is just how people know what exactly you are doing on this GitHub repo project you are creating. So this, and they say we should leave it public, and we should not add a readme, and at the same time we should not add a git ignore or a license. So yeah, first task is being done. So just create the repo like this. So if I do this, the repo become active. Repository system, you ought to be on main. Can you see? Your branch is going to be on main. But if you created yours and your branch is on master, this is just the code you need to run. Git branch dash capital M and main, and you change from master to main. So that's it about that. So now here you need to now download a software called GitBash. So download GitBash. So if I click on these now, you even see that I've been here several times. So this is it. Download GitBash. So whatever float for you, you can always use. You can use GitBash. You can use Commandia, different terminals you can use. So here I'm using window, so I'm choosing window. So you now have to choose in between these. Don't pick any of these, just pick in between these. If your system is 64 bits, download these, and if your PC is 32, download this. But mine is 64, so I'm going to download these. And I've already downloaded, it's already downloaded, so I don't need to download. So once you download, accept the T&C by clicking yes, and from there you just click next until you get through the task. So like that. So another thing you need to download is also Visual Studio Code. So once you reach there, so you can always download Visual Studio Code as well. So yeah, this is actually a download here. Immediately you click this, you download straight away. So that is that. So now let us just go back. Once that is installed and downloaded, is this. So I want to go into my documents. So yeah, I have most of my code within the documents area. So if I move into my code here, right in this place, I'll just come in, I'll just GitBash here. So because I've actually installed the Git and I have it here as well, so I can open my GitBash right over here. So when I click there, my GitBash is showing, and it's showing me a path in this place. So because I want to do this assignment on my document, I want it to be in my document, then I'm having it here. But peradventure, if you want it on your desktop area, you can just go to your desktop area and do the same thing. Just open, right click, then. So what I mean is, for example, here I hit on my desktop, right, this now, and I maximize these, and I just go anywhere and I right click again. I can open GitBash here. So when you open GitBash here, it actually points to your desktop. But because I already have ALX on this desktop, I'm not going to do that. So I'll prefer to go into the documents and just go into my document, and I'll just GitBash here, right click, GitBash here. So what it means that GitBash will point to where your document is. So what I want to do now is, the first thing they asked us to do, they said they told us to clone the repo. So how do you clone your repo? This is the first question. Clone your repo. So the first task they asked us to do is to clone the repo, and after you clone the repo, let us go there and see. They said create a readme file inside the repo, and then with this inside the readme file. So the next thing I need to go is I will go into my, so let me just, for easy access, let me just do this now so that I can easily access my stuff. So this is it. So now the question is that I should clone the repo. So now the first task they asked us to do is to clone the repo. So I'll go into, let me just delete all this. So I have just this with me now. So the first thing I need to do is here. So when you copy, so let me just do this again. So after copying that, so after copying that, I'll do git clone. You can't Control V on your terminal, it won't work. So all you just have to do is right click and paste this. So once you paste, you hit enter. Now it's telling you you are cloning an empty repository. So now after this is done, cd into the folder you just created. That is the directory you just created. So cd, I'll do cd alx -pre _course. So this is it, and I'll hit enter. So when I hit enter, you see my GitHub is actually telling me that I'm on the main account. So most times if you are using GitHub, this blue or Tanian color actually shows you that Git is now looking at your folder, like it's looking at the folder you created. So with this, Git can actually track whatever you are doing. So now I'm into this particular folder now. So the next thing I want to do is I want to open this folder in my VScode. There are two ways. It is either you use this shortcut, code then space dot. When you hit enter, this will open my VScode for you. That is the one you just installed. So after this, you can also use another method by just drag and dropping. So this is the first one. So if I hit enter now, this terminal is going to instruct my VS Code to open automatically. You can see now that is what you are looking at the moment. My VS Code is up, and it has actually, it's pointing directly into my folder rather. So you can see it's actually pointing directly into that. But if you are the one that your path the path is not set already, that code might not work. So all you just have to do is go to wherever you have that folder. So for me, I have the folder here. So I have the folder already. This is ALX because I cloned it. So the next thing I can just do is I'll just go into that folder like this, then drag it here. Then until when I see copy, I'll release it. Then it will open inside my VS Code. But I'm not doing that again because I already have it. Even if I do that, it will just open it straight away like that. So those are the two methods you can use if the code dot does not work for you. So that's the second method you could do. So I don't need this particular area again. What I need now is now my ALX. So I need to now focus on what they asked us to do. So just close here and close here. So the thing now is I want to make my terminal to work directly with GitBash. So just press Ctrl J. You are going to learn a few commands here. Learn Ctrl J, and you see my GitBash is already a default terminal. But if yours is still on PowerShell, like it shows PowerShell, this guy, if it shows this guy like this, PowerShell, so all you just have to do is go back there, hit that button again, and change it to GitBash. So, and at the same time, you can just come over to this place like this. Come over to this place, select default profile, and choose GitBash instead of command prompt GitBash. So the reason why we use GitBash here is because GitBash has a lot of rich features than just ordinary command shell. So if you look at the Sandbox, is kind of powered with command shell or thereabouts, so which does not make it a bit flexible. So that's why there are other options out there. But you can still use Sandbox to just do it, all well and good. So that's okay. So now we are now here. So what's the next question? They said we should create a README file. So how do you create a README file? So the command for creating a README file is touch. So you do touch README, then .md. So this is a README file. So a README file contains all like instructions and everything about your code when you are coding. So that's what README files does. So if you open, if I go to your own project on ALX, if you open this README file and put some instructions in there, I'll follow that instruction to work on your code, and that's what README does. So nothing too much. So hit enter. So when you hit enter, voila, this is your README file created, and this is you. So which shows your, at this moment, is on track. GitHub is seeing your project from the server. That is, this guy here is seeing your project, but he's not tracking it. But it already have this awareness that, oh, there's a file called README that is available in this directory. So the next instruction, they said we should put this content in. So we are taking this content, and what we are doing is just, sorry, I just love copying. I don't like, yeah, so I'm copying this, then I hit this place, this guy is available for me, then I put this. So after I put this one, the next thing I need to do is commit, is hard, commit, and push. So those are the three things that I need to do. So did they give us a commit message? Yes. They said we should commit this message with my first commit, if I'm right. Let me check it out. Yeah, this is it. So this is, they said we should copy it with, we should do this, my first commit. So I'm just copying that. So mind you, if you copy this thing with this quote, you might get an error. This quote is really not the way GitBash wants it. So what I'll just do here, I'll do git hard first. So git hard. So if I'm using just git hard, it simply means I have to attach this name to GitHub like this. I'll do readme.md. So this is what I'll do to GitHub. So if I hit enter now, it's going to see is that it will hard this guy up, you see. So you see now the U has changed from U to an A. So this project is added, but sometimes I don't, if I have 10 files, I can't be adding one by one. So the next thing, if you have a lot of files you want to add at a time, you do git add dot, then you hit enter. When you do this, it's still the same thing. It's adding, so I'll be using git add dot a lot, so just pay attention to it, and you see how it works. So now I've actually had this. The next thing I need to do is commit. So I'm doing git commit dash hem. This is called a hem flag, and the hem flag simply means message. So what is the message I want to put here? The message is my first commit. So this is the message. So anybody that is working on your code, whenever you are doing collaboration with others, when you commit, you always add a message. The function of the message is it makes the person to know what you did to that particular code at the point when you are doing it. So now I'm just telling these people that, see, I create a README file, and this is my first commit on GitHub based on what ALX asks us to do. So I hit enter. So now you see the file is pushed. I want to push this file now. So in this area, if you are pushing for the first time, you will encounter this particular area here where it will ask you this particular information. But because I've done that, I've connected my GitHub to I've used my GitHub count the number of times. So I've actually synchronized my name, my user, my email, and my name to GitHub, so it knows me. So, but if it asks you, let me just assume that it has that question. So that's what I want to do now. I just want to assume that, oh, while you were pushing, you came across this. So while you were pushing, you came across this. So the next thing you need to do is here, you just change this guy to your email. So that would be email. So let's assume my email is danny@gmail.com. So once I do this and you hit enter, it will change to your email. It will synchronize your email with it. And mind you, this is the email you used to open your GitHub. And also the next thing is also git config your name. So you copy that too, you paste it. So let me just do that here. You copy that too, and you paste it like that. You paste it. So once you paste, you change this to your name and you hit enter. So once you do this, your GitHub automatically synchronized. Then you can now git push. You can git push. So, but if it does not ask you this, then you can just git push straight away. That means GitHub already have your username, have your name and your email attached to it. So you see now my push is successful. And now if I go back to my project here and I try to just do something like this, so I just go into my ALX. So you can see my push, this is it. The README I created, this is it, and the README is the first thing I created, so it's available on my GitHub. So peradventure, this interface it showed earlier with where you have the main, you have a lot of instructions. If it doesn't show that and it brought you to this place, you can still copy your, because it's on HTTPS, I'm not using SSH, it's on HTTPS, you can still copy this and clone with this as well. But that is if after you create you create this repo on GitHub, it brings you straight to this place. Just do what? Just use this place, click here, then copy here, then you can clone with this. But if it actually takes you to the default page it took me when I create this repo, you can just copy straight up from there as well. So the next thing we need to do now, we've done our first 0 task. We've done task 0 successfully. So the next task we need to do is this, which is task 1. The next task is create to create a directory called this in your this. So we are in this place. Look at it. We are in ALX underscore pre-course. Dash pre underscore course. That's where we are. So the next thing we need to do is to create another repo. So which command do you use, or what command did they use to create a repo? mkdir, make directory. So when you do make directory, I have to name the directory 0x01 dash git. So that's the name of the repo. So I say make this directory. This is the name of the directory. Hit enter. So immediately I did that, the directory is available here, and it's actually empty. Nothing is inside. Nothing is inside the directory. So now they told us that, okay, after you create the directory, make sure you have a non-empty readme. A non-empty readme. So when they say something is non-empty, it simply means that it must not be empty. So I want to clear my screen here. So the command for clearing screen is clear, like this, hit. So it's just clear everything here and gives you a new blank page. So I want to create a readme file inside the directory I just created. But if you notice, we are in here. So we need to move into here before we do anything. So how do we do that? cd into 0x01 dash git. So immediately you do this, you see this is the path. The path has changed. I'm now in here. Now I'm working in this place now. So I'll just do touch readme again to create another readme. readme.md. So when I do this, you see, if I close this, if I open, readme is available inside. This is the new readme I created. It is not yet, GitHub is not tracking it at this moment. So this is it here. GitHub is not tracking. So now after I create that readme, any instruction they said, it must not be empty. Click on it and let's write something in here. Okay, let me just put the name of the girl that actually served me breakfast. I think some couple of months ago. So let me just do this. Aliyah served me breakfast. So if you're a Nigerian, you should actually understand this. You should understand what I mean here. So Aliyah served me breakfast. So yeah, so Aliyah served me breakfast. I'm just putting that there. So that's my readme is not empty now. So the next thing I need to do is they said once I create that, the readme is not empty. So I need to push from my root file. And so it's all, you can always push from anywhere, but for me, I just love to do these just to be sure that I am pushing from the base of the directory. So everything from hop everything is being pushed directly from the base of the directory. So most time I just want to go back to this folder that I created everything, then push from there. So this command cd ... simply means go back one step. So now I'm a step ahead in this place. So but I want to go back into ALX record. So all I just do is cd ... I hit enter. You see I'm back into this folder now. So the next thing I'll do is I'll push from here. I'll commit add and push from here. So I'll do git add dot. So push everything in this folder. Hit enter. So then I'll do. So the next thing I want to do is commit. Did they give me any commit message? No, they did not give me any commit message right here as I'm looking at it. So let me just push with my own commit. Git commit -m just created a non-empty readme file. So that's the message I'm having in there. Then I hit enter. Yeah, so now GitHub is now has started to, it has actually had and also commit this particular file. So the next thing I want to do is push, git push. So once I hit git push, you see all the things I had there is already pushed into GitHub. So if I refresh this now, if I refresh this particular GitHub page now, you see all the new things I did. You see 38 seconds ago I created a readme, and if I actually expand this a bit, let me expand so you can see my folder, my Git folder is here, the readme I created inside is here, and this is the general readme I create outside this is here. So then how do we now check our code to know if this is working? So the best way, I mean not the best way actually, but just for you to know that okay, what I did is actually correct. So when you come into here, so the first one we did, we didn't actually check. So if I click here now, and you try to, you just start your, you start your check. Once you start your check, if this code you wrote here, if everything is right, it will automatically check it. But because I've done this, I've tried to just find a way around this. That's why you are not seeing that I'm really trying to check it or do anything. So, but once you start to run your checker, and once you check your code and you start to run it, it will automatically check everything for you. So the same thing goes to your question 2. Question 1. So question 2 here, what did they ask us to do? They said from, so what they ask us to do in here is from the moment we have an empty project directory containing only readme, it's time to code. Yeah, it's time to get serious. So now how do we do that? So they said create this directory at the root of your project. Yeah, so where is the root? The root of our project is actually inside this 0x0. So because if you notice, we've actually moved away from there because we want to push, so we need to go back in there. So let me just clear. So we need to go back into this particular guy. So how do you go back? I told you the command is cd 0x01 dash git. So if I hit enter now, I've moved into here. So they say we should create these 3 files, bash, c, and js. Those are the 3 folders we want to create. So let me just go straight up and create it for you. So I'll just do mkdir bash, hit enter. So if you are using on your PC, you can just do command arrow. You can use your arrow up and arrow down to move in between the line of codes you've written before. Your terminal has a way of storing that in the memory. So instead of me typing this out, all I just need is to erase this and put C. So this 2 is going to be created. If I go like this and put JS, JS2 will be created. So that is it here. So how do we actually know if all we have created is in there? So what you need to do is ls. So you see, anything that is a directory, we have a nice color. Anything that is a file will always maintain its white color. So now this is it. We have a directory called bash, directory called C and JS, and mind you, directory is also folder. They are the same thing. So now the next question say, okay, create these empty files in C and yeah. So what are the empty files they say we should create? The empty files they say we should create is C is fun, main.js, index.js. So anytime you have a slash at the back of anything, it's telling you that it's a path. So it's telling you that, so this particular instruction means go into C folder, create this file. Go into JS folder, create this file. Go into this, create this. Look at this. We have the 3 folders created already here. So the next thing we need to do is let us just go straight in there and create all the files we need to create. So you are in this particular room, this Git room. That's where, like, Git is like a parlor. Yeah, that's actually a perfect example. Git is like a parlor, and all these are all the rooms So part of what they ask us to also do is to create C is fun in C. So all I need to do now is move into C. So let me go into C, CD into C. So then the next thing I'll do is touch C underscore is underscore fun dot C. So yes, so if I do ls now, C is available in here. So part of what I need to get out of this now, I will now go into the JS as well. CD dot dot. So I can move into the JS now and also create the file. So once this is done, I'm now in JS room. So I can now create all my file there. So they asked me to create main.js and index.js. So we all know that touch is the command for creating touch main.js. Hit enter. Then check. Let us do the other one. So like I said, just use your arrow up. And I want to do index.js. And I hit enter again. And voila, if I do ls here, you see both are files and they are available. So part of it, if you actually want to see something hidden within your file as well, you can just do ls space -a. You put the a flag, which means all. So it's actually telling me that there are two parts behind this, so which is this git and this. So but that's just an additional command I'm giving you guys there. So now we already through with this. So the next thing they say, create this file in bash. So we are in the JS room. We need to go out of that JS room and move into the bash, just like we did before. CD dot dot, hit enter. Then let us cd into bash now. So we are in the bash now. So just want to have a more room. So we are in the bash. So what do we need to do? We need to create ALX file. So touch ALX, hit enter. And yeah, so the next thing we need to do now is they said open this ALX file and do this line of code there. So just copy, just do this and copy. So when you open this is the ALX we created. Then just open it like this, then put this inside. So just do this and come here. Yeah, so you have it there. So that's the first thing they ask you to do. So the second thing they ask you to do, they said in bash again, copy this in bash school. So here they say we should create another file in bash that is called school. So we are already in bash. Let us just do touch school, hit enter. Then they told us that there we should just put this inside also. So if you are using terminal like the Sandbox or other thing, the cat function is what you use to write. So you just use your cat function. Oh sorry, not here. So let us just clean this up. So now we've copied that. Now let us go into school. This is the school. Let us go into school. So we go in there and we paste again. When we paste, let us erase this and hit enter. So we have this also. Then mind you, if you are here, you need to save. Anytime you come and do anything here, you need to save. Mine is already in auto save, so it's saving itself. But anything you do here, make sure you put Ctrl S. You click on Ctrl S on any file. If you're on the file here, you make sure that whatever you do, you put Ctrl S. So if I just try to not to do auto save now, you see the auto save has been removed. It's not auto saving again. If I come here and I put anything and I type and I do anything, you see this round button is telling you that you've actually imputed something, but you are yet to save that item. So if I click Ctrl S now, you see it's changed to X, then it's saved. This item is now saved, because sometimes you might do that and forget to save and you push and it's through error. So now it's telling me I've actually removed something from this code. Save your file. So I'm going to save this as well. And if I now if I go back into this place, I rush down, I just want to put on my autosave because I do forget a lot. So now we have this inside. So the next thing they ask us to say, they say, and all these new file, all these new files now, they are now available. So they now say commit your changes with this message. So I'll just copy this message, commit this message, then add it to Git, commit, then push. So all I just have to do is I go back to my roots. So I just love doing that. It's been part of me. So I go back into the roots and I just do git add. So now this is what I'm talking about. Look at all the files. We actually created 2 files. If I want to add all this thing without putting all their names, all I just have to do is do git add dot. So git add everything, every changes I made in this folder, commit everything, add everything. So I hit enter. So now then I'll do git commit -n. What is the message I want to put there? So your message must always be in quotes. So do this and hit enter. So once you hit enter, this is done, then you do git push. So when you push this, once your push is successful, you see, once the push is successful, all you have to do is check your code again. So you see, start new test. Now if I click this, let me see what is going to happen here. So yeah, the check is successful. So now let me go back here, because when I'm starting this project, I actually delete the whole repo. So I expect something to actually happen also. Okay, I think this one is good. Let me check this again. Okay, yeah, this is it. So I think what really happened is just the first time when we start this project, GitHub is yet to connect to my ALX sandbox to show that something is wrong somewhere, that a repo has been deleted. But now, over a while, the connection is made. So now if I now say start new test, wow, it just went away like that. Okay, it's actually, yeah, so the test is successful. So now, number 3 too, we are done with this. So let me go down here. Let me just try and check my code again. Yeah, so let me literally just uncheck everything. So we have, yeah, so we have this also. Let me go straight down. So so let me just go straight down and uncheck everything. So our mind is safe. We know that, yes. Let me do this too. So folks, this thing, you just need to just follow along and pay attention to it. And don't worry, you get the hang of it. Even if you're starting now and it looks like, oh, it's difficult, don't worry, you definitely get the hang of it. Let us close. So now, yeah, I'm pretty much sure now that, yeah, okay. So the next question here, they say collaboration. Yeah, that's what they actually call it, collaboration. So what do we want to do? They tell us a few things about what branch simply means, and they want us to also create a branch here. So how do I do that? Yeah, let me just clear my screen. I'm very sure you should be familiar with Clear by now. So they ask us to create a branch, and the name of this branch is update_script. So let me just do this now. Object update_script. So for you to create a branch, there is also a command for doing that, and the command is git checkout -b. So I need a name branch, and what is the name of the branch? update_script. So git checkout -b update_script. So the function of this checkout is immediately you create this branch, it will switch immediately into the branch we just created. So let me hit enter now. So you see, immediately we created the branch with git. This is the name of the branch. We created the branch and immediately switched to the branch. For example, if I just put in ls here and I say I want to see everything in this underscore script, update underscore script, if I hit as you see, I have this guy inside. I also have this inside. These things are also available in here as well. So now after that, they told us that okay, go into bash and create a file that is called 98. So we need to first go into this place. So you just do cd 0x01-git and you hit enter. So we are in there. So we need to move into bash, cd into bash. Yeah, we hit enter. So the next thing we do, so you can see we are in bash. The next thing we got to do now is create that file. Search touch 98. So that's the name of the file. Yeah, hit enter. If I put ls in here and check, so you see we have 98, we have alx, and we have school. So now what is the next thing we want to do? The next thing we want to do is also, they said we should go into alx, that is in bash. Then we should try as much as possible to change some things there. So they said replace this echo alx with this. So all I just have to do is just copy this guy, Ctrl C, then go to my alx. This is my alx here, which is this guy here. I'll erase this and just paste this. Yeah, done. So mind you, I'm on autosave, so it would save. But if you are not on autosave, please just kindly do Ctrl S to save. But always just go here and switch this thing to autosave for you, it to save immediately. So now they said go into school again and change these two. So I'm copying these like these, yeah, and I'm going into school and I'll just change these and paste this. Voila, that is all. So automatically it's been saved. So after this is done, they said commit your change with this message, my personal work. So mind you, I told you that's colon, that's quotes for in this particular thing. If you had it into your terminal, it won't work. So always write your own. So now the next thing I want to do is I want to go back into my roots to push from that place. So I'm going back, cd, one step at a time, cd. So I'm now in this guy, so I am in this guy, then I can push from here. So I'll just do git add dot wow. So that is correct. So the next thing I do is git commit, and I put in my flag, that is the message. Let me do this because I know I copied wrongly the other time. Wow, so don't mind me. So let me just do that again. So I want to delete. So you can see this full code, this code here is actually different from the one on my PC. So this is the one accepted. The one I highlighted here is the one accepted by the terminal, but the one that comes from the ALX write-up is more fancy. So the terminal will definitely reject that. So just do this and let us put the code to here and then hit enter. So once this is done, yeah, congratulations. So the next thing they ask us to do is, yeah, you've done great by creating that and isolated that from the main branch. So, but let me just do a quick explain on why we create a clone on GitHub. The reason for always creating a branch, rather not a clone, a branch on GitHub is because when you start coding and for example you have a team of 5 developers who are working on a project. So on a particular Monday there was a new intern that joined you guys, and that guy also started coding with you, and mistakenly the guy actually writes some code that does not integrate very well with what you guys already have. So definitely that will impact your application on a negative way, and probably it will break the application. And let's assume the application is an application that people have started using it, you already have customers using it, so that means probably maybe he messed up with the area where they need to pay, like maybe after they purchase some things they need to pay, he messed up with that code and they could not pay. So whenever they hit pay button, something is happening. That means that our company is losing money. So in situations like that, they need to probably take some time to just fix that code before they go back to life. And so in order to prevent that, they always create a branch. So there's always a branch where you test all your code before shipping it to the live app. So before shipping it to the main branch that is steady, that is being deployed, that people are using. So that's why you always create different level of branching. So if I were to say, for me, I would say for such company, the main thing they will do is the main branch, which is our main branch, will be the one that our customers are interacting with. Meanwhile, we have another level which every code, every developer is writing is being pushed, so shipping it into the live app. And so that's one of the major reasons why there's always a branch on GitHub. So just like what ALX2 highlighted here. So because sometimes conflicts might come up, code might not integrate very well, and a lot of things like that. But it's better all these things happen on a branch that is not live, so you can actually fix. Even if it takes you a while to do that, you can do that. But once it's now stable, you can now push it back to the main repo, and it integrates perfectly well, and it has no negative impact on your customers, so the users won't actually know anything is happening. So that's why we always have a branch. That's one of the major reasons of having a branch. So now we've actually created our branch. In the branch, we've done everything they ask us to do. And so what do we now? So what else do they ask us to do in the branch now? Okay, yeah, so now it's telling me this git push set upstream origin update underscore script. So what I just need to do is copy this, copy it, just copy it, Ctrl C, then paste, hit enter. So it's setting the update underscore script as an upstream. So you guys can actually read through on what that means. So now the next thing I want to do is just push git. Yeah, it's already pushed though, git push. But let me just do that again. And so they now said, okay, change your branch, change it back to main. So I'm changing the branch back to main. So I'll just do git checkout main. So that is it. So git checkout main. So hit enter and see the branch is already changed to main. So if you are very, very conversant, you see that there's a bit of switch around all this thing. So the branch moved away from this branch and moved into this. So we are now actively coding on this branch now. So they now said, okay, go to bash elx and by replacing this with this. So let us just copy this again. So like I said earlier, if you are using Termius, if you are using your Sandbox, you have to write this thing. So you have to use the cat function to write. So here, they said go to ALX and change this. So I'm changing this back to this. And then they said delete the JS directory. So once I'm done, like I told you, save or put your editor into autosave. So once I'm done, they told me to they told me to delete a directory called JS. Yeah, so what they asked me to delete is this guy. How do I delete it? So before you can delete, all you just have to do is, there's a command for deleting, and the command for deleting is rm, which simply means remove. So if I do rm.js, let us see what will happen. Wow, the file did not delete. It said cannot remove JS, no such file in this directory. So this is the first error I encountered. And what is the problem? So yeah, the problem is I'm not inside this guy. JS is inside this. Meanwhile, I'm here. I'm at this level, and I want to delete something that is inside a directory. I'm here, so that's why it did not delete. So let me cd into 0x01-git, hit enter. So let me try that code again and see what will happen. Okay, remove JS now. Wow, you can't remove JS. Why? It's a directory. Okay, so what happened is that when you have a directory that has content inside it or an item inside it, so if I come down here, JS has these two files, so I can't delete it like that. So there is another flag you can add to do this. So just come back to your terminal and do rm-r, then JS. So if I hit enter now, so what I mean is remove this directory called JS and go into directory, remove every other thing that is inside. So if I hit this, you see, look at this, JS is not available again, it's been deleted. So that's how we do that. Then they now said, okay, we should commit our change with this commit message. So I'm copying that. So the next thing I'll do is git add. I want to add. Then the next thing I do is git commit -m. Then let me put in the message they ask us to put in there. Hit enter. Yes, then git push. So if I hit enter now, so let's check our code now and start the test. So now, yeah, our test is complete. We've been able to pull through now. So yeah, so let us so the next task, which is task 4, what did they ask us to do? Yeah, so they said for this task and only for this task, all you have to do is go into your 010x-git and do a change right in there and commit. So what they ask us to do, they let us go now. So I'm going into my GitHub. So this is my GitHub. I'm going into this guy, not this readme, I'm going into this guy here, and the readme in here is what I want to change. So I click on it. When I click, you can't edit directly from here, so you just come here, click on this button, then let's edit. Yeah, Aliyah served me breakfast. Let me just say, hopefully no other ladies serve me breakfast again. Hopefully no other lady will serve me breakfast. Yeah. And okay, I mean, let us just change it to something more fun. More fun. Okay, let's leave this. So after you do this, the next thing you just need to do is come and commit your change here. So that means you've saved the change. So Aliyah served me breakfast, and after you're done with this, let's go back into our ALX precourse. So we've done that now. The next thing we need to do again, let's move back into our code editor. So we've done what we are asked to do. So let's go back here. So we've actually changed something from directly from GitHub. I mean, nobody goes to GitHub to do that, but it's their instruction. So we've done that, and you see they said this is the only time. So after that, they said we should go back to our main branch and pull whatever updates we had in there. So we just have to, so now what is happening here is whenever we pull, the updates we made on GitHub right there on the server will be pulled. So they set the root file. So the root file is going to be inside our 0x01. So you just cd in here. So you just come in here, you cd into 010x. I mean, sorry, 0x01 rather, 0x01 dash git. You go into that place, hit enter. So I'm inside now. So I want to create this file up to this. So I'll do touch up _to _date. Then I hit enter. So the next thing they asked me to write a git command line that I'm going to use to pull my update. So let me just do git pull. So git pull will pull everything in the GitHub on your server, on your repo on GitHub right there on their server. It will pull it down to your local machine. So I'm doing git pull now. So now git pull, when I do git pull, let me check what is going to happen here. So I'm doing git pull. So after we do git pull, let us go to the, so we should write the command that we use. So you go to these updates right here and you do git pull. And don't forget to always save. Let me just close all this file here. So once you save, let me just clear my screen again. Once you save, the next thing we need to do is commit with this message. So we first add git. Okay, I need to go, before we had cd ... then git add everything, git commit, put the flag hem and right click. Don't forget to always use your quotes. So this quote can be single, it could be double, depends on what you like. Yeah, but for me I think I prefer the double quotes. So hit enter. So now, yes, so the next thing is git push. So yeah, we now push this. So let us now check our code if we are going to pass the test. Yeah, so our test is successful. Wow, so happy to see this. So the next thing, let us go to the 5th question. Yeah, this is conflict. So before I start to answer this question, let me just explain what a conflict is. So conflicts always happen in collaboration. So I mean, it's just weird. So like for example, somebody work on a particular file and you're working on that same file at different location but at the same time. You will definitely have conflict because it will be difficult for Git to understand which person's code should he accept. So that is why, to prevent conflict, what you need to do, if two people need to work on a particular page, instead of them working on that page at the same time, so the thing they just have to do is the first person should be allowed to work on the page and push his code before the second person will now take turns to work on the page. But if both of them are working at the same time on the page, there will definitely be conflict. So that's just the whole idea, and that's what they are trying to teach us here. So now, you see, to illustrate this, please merge branch update underscore script to main. So in coding, when you are coding using the version control system like GitHub or any other one, different codes, especially now that we have a remote job everywhere. So different people are working on a single project from different location. They will always push their code, and they will need to merge their code with what is available on the code base before. So now I'm merging my branch into main now. So any update in branch supposed to move into main. Any update I made in the update underscore script branch, any code I put in there, when I merge, then those codes should now integrate with what is in the main branch. So now let me just do that now, git merge. So the command for merging is just merge, git merge update underscore scripts. So git merge update underscore scripts. Yeah, so now, but you can see there is a conflict. So, and where is the conflict? This is the conflict here. So that's what ALX wants us to see. So when you have conflict, these are all the things that could happen. You can actually accept current change. So current change is this that is available in this branch. So if I accept correct change, the incoming change will be deleted and this will stay on the code. And when I accept incoming change, vice versa, this will be deleted, this one on the green will be deleted, and it will accept this. And you can decide to accept both. If both code are important code you need to maintain, you do this. Well, you can do this other one if you want to compare before you make any decision. So they want us to clear this conflict. So how do we clear the conflict? They told us that your goal now is to resolve conflict by using the version of this branch. Okay, so they told us to use the code that is coming from this branch. That is what we need to use. So, and the code coming from this branch is the incoming change. That is the accept incoming change. So all you have to do is click on this, accept incoming change. Then once you do that, you add, you commit, and you push. So here now, they told us that at the end you should have all your work from the branch update of that underscore scripts, everything here. So they didn't give us a commit message. So let me just, okay. So let me just come in here and clear, hit enter, then the commit message. So let me just do git add. I want to add first, git add everything, then git commit, put the flag M. So what will be my message? Conflict resolved. Yeah. So then the next thing is push, git push. So now after pushing this, Let us check our code now. Moment of truth. Moment of truth. Okay. So voila, we are through with that. So the next thing we want to do now, this is the final question, and they told us to create a .ignore file and define a rule never to push tilde files generated by Emacs. Okay, so they told us to create a .ignore file. Where do they want us to create a .ignore file? They want us to create it right within this 0x01 folder. That's the root folder. So we just go cd into that, cd dot, then we do, oh sorry, not cd, not cd dot, cd 0x01 dash git. So we go into that folder, then we create a .ignore, so just do touch .ignore, .git ignore to be precise, .git ignore file. So we've created that, so hit enter. So that is available now. So yeah, it's available here now. So when you create this, what did they ask us to do? They said now go into that file and put this in there. So I'm just clicking on that file now. I want to go into the .ignore. So I'm going into the file here, then starting with tilde. So tilde is directly under your escape button. So just do shift and press it. You see tilde. So my own is never push files generated by Emacs. So if you click on this tip, you can actually read more on what it means. You can go and read more about what git ignores means. So I've done that now. I've saved. Then I'll just do no commit message. So just do git add dot, then git commit dash hem. So yeah, what message? Never push Emacs files. Hit enter. Then git push. Yeah, so our push is successful. Let us check our code. Please, no conflict, no error. Wow. So that is it, guys. We've actually finished the Git task, and that is all how to work on that. So like a bonus now, let me now just teach you how to connect your Termius. So first thing you need to do is go to Termius. If you are here to download, you can go to Termius and download it. So this is Termius. So Termius, I'm actually using Windows machine, so you can also download for your mobile as well. So when you download this, what you need to download, Termius download.exe. So just download this, or you can go to Microsoft Store and do, but I mean just do this straight away. So once you download, install it. So let me just open my Termius for you, and so this is it. So when you open your Termius, you just need to do some few things there to set it up. So because I got these questions lots of time, how do I connect Termius to my Sandbox? So it's really simple. And so all you just have to do is, so this is it. So immediately when you are just setting up Termius, when you are just setting up your Termius, immediately when you are just doing that for the very first time, for the very first time. So it's going to ask you if you want to import. If you want to import something, so you don't need to import. You just want to start a new file straight away. So let me click on this, edit. So you create a new host first. So when you create a new host, this is it. So that new host, you now go to your sandbox of any project you want to work on. So but once you create one, that one is enough for you to do every other thing. So if I go into my sandbox now, so what I want to do, let me just do this so you can actually see what is happening here. So when I click on this edit now, so this place your address, this is your address here. So just copy this and paste it into this. Then you come down, your username, copy this username, paste it here. Then your password, copy this and paste it in here as well. And once you've done that, just try to rename the host you're creating. Then once you've done that, it will automatically check it here and save it. And once it's saved, you double click to just connect. So you see it's connecting. So it will bring some dialog box here. Just do connect, continue and connect, and you see now you now have Termius working. So this is already connected to your ALX sample. So if I do ls now, you can always see everything inside. So you can see right here, this is it. So if I cd into roots, where is roots? Okay, this is roots here. So if I cd into roots and I hit enter and I do ls, so you can see this is my Emacs project, this is my Vibe project, and these are other things that I've done in here. So yeah, so that is it, guys. If you like this content and you want more of it, please do well to like, share, and also subscribe. And I promise I'll be dropping a lot of video on ALX stuff, things that we are learning and everything like that. I'll share it with you guys, so that just to ensure that we all succeed in what we want to do. And if you are yet to join a peer group, a peer learning group, please do well to join a peer learning group. That is it. Thank you very much, guys, and have a lovely day.